Thanks for joining us this evening on TKO 8 Local News. The Boone County Sheriff's Office has released the following statement to notify public about a recent change of address for 4 known sex offenders. Kristen Wade Phillip, who is a Level 2 sex offender, has moved to a residence on Hawkins Street in Boone County. Kristen was convicted of viewing computer child pornography. Harold Lee Pessinger, also a Level 2 sex offender, has moved to a residence on Estes Road. Harold was convicted of engaging in sexual activity with a 15-year-old female. Jesse Lee Smith, pending sex offender level assessment, has moved to a residence on Prairie View Road. Jess was convicted for computer soliciting of child less than 15 years of age and sexual abuse of a 13-year-old female. And John Blake Newport, also pending sex offender level assessment, has moved to a residence on Tealbrook. John was convicted of possessing and downloading child pornography. Ronald K. Watson of Flippin, who is charged with rape, kidnapping, and third-degree battery in Baxter County, was found fit to proceed in his trial by his defense attorney, Mark Cooper of Mountain Home, who said he might yet challenge the findings of the state examiner. He had said that he had just received the results of the evaluation on his client and wanted time to study it before making the decision to challenge the findings. According to investigative records, the incident involving Watson began when a husband and wife who reported they were mentally challenged and did not drive were walking to the grocery store when they were offered a ride by Watson. The couple accepted the ride, but after a stop, the husband exited the truck and Watson sped away with the wife still in the vehicle. Watson then drove the woman to a parking lot of another business where he demanded the woman drink some vodka, remove her clothing, and perform sexual acts. Watson is now scheduled to go on trial May the 2nd, assuming that the defense does not object to the mental evaluation, which could delay that schedule. 37-year-old Midway man who is on parole has been arrested on felony charges in relation to a string of break-ins in rural Mountain Home. According to the Baxter County Sheriff John Montgomery, Jason Allen Hicks allegedly stole items at several buildings on County Road 27. The sheriff says in addition to the damaged property and stolen articles related to the break-ins, one of the beds had been tossed and a liquor bottle was found on the bed. During the course of the investigation, a witness informed authorities that Hicks had been observed the night before carrying a large flat-screen television into his home on Sweet Fern Lane in Midway, and other indicators also pointed to Hicks as a suspect. Hicks is being held without bond on a parole violation. A Level 3 sex offender who had registered in Baxter County was arrested this week after authorities received tips the man had moved to Springdale without notifying authorities. 45-year-old Eddie Wayne Patterson is now charged with violating the Arkansas sex offender registration requirements. Patterson was registered as living in Gassville area. Patterson was contacted on March the 4th and told the sheriff's office that he was only visiting a location in Springdale for a few days, but had not moved there. Police say further investigation revealed that Patterson had in fact moved to Springdale. Patterson is being held in the Baxter County Detention Center on a $15,000 bond. Well, the Harrison Parks Department got some bad news this week concerning the youth center's swimming pool. Parks Maintenance Supervisor Jerry Farmer told the Parks and Rec Commission in December that the pool had been losing about 50,000 gallons of water every 2 to 3 weeks, and repair estimates expected the cost to be around $78,000 to fix the problem. Now, however, the cost has went significantly up. According to the Parks Director, Chuck Eddington, the new repair cost totals nearly $110,000 to make the needed repairs. A special Parks and Recreation Commission meeting is called for 4 p.m. on Monday to decide on what options are available to get the repairs paid for. Before we take a look at the regional news from around the area, here's the ways this week's livestock report came in from Sammy Klein, brought to you by Quality Feed Grains of Harrison and Bellefonte.
This is Sammy Klein, Federal State Livestock Market News Service. The report sales from North Arkansas livestock auction in Greenport on Wednesday, March 16th. Cattle receipts $9.32. Last week $13.84. A year ago $12.52. Compared to last week, feeder steers under 550 pounds, mostly $2 to $5 higher. Over 550 pounds, $4 to $13 higher. Feeder heifers $5 to $10 higher. Feeder bulls mostly $3 to $5 higher. Slaughter cows and bulls steady. Feeder steers, medium large ones, 3 to 400 pounds, 122 to 142. Excuse me, 222 to 242. 4 to 500 pounds, $2 to 236. 5 to 600 pounds, 180 to 210. 6 to 700 pounds, 164 to 188. Few 7 to 750 pounds, 156 to 164. Faction 900 pounds at 138. Feeder heifers, medium large ones, 3 to 400 pounds, 186 to 215. 4 to 500 pounds, 175 to 204. 5 to 600 pounds, 152 to 185. 6 to 700 pounds, 161 to 165. 7 to 800 pounds, 138 to 140. Replacement cows, medium large 1 to 2, 2 to 7-year-old, 900 to 1,300 pound cows, second and third stage, 1275 to 1775 per head. 7 to 10-year-old cows, second and third stage, is 1,025 to 1775 per head. Cow calf pairs, medium large 1 to 2, 3 to 7-year-old, 900 to 1,250 pound cows, 1 to 200 pound calves at side, 1,700 to 2,275 per pair. 7 to 10-year-old cows with 1 to 200 pound calves at side at 1,500 to 1,725 per pair. Slaughter cows, boners, 70 to 78, high dress 79 to 86.50. Lean, 68 to 75, high dress 77 to 81, low dress 65 to 67. Slaughter bulls, grades 1s and 2s, 1,400 pounds, high dress 104 to 109, low dress at 73. That's Market Today. Sammy Klein reporting. Thank you.
Sam Alexander Pharmacy has expanded and is now offering many additional products and services. Their new pharmaceutical compounding area allows them to create products to fit the unique needs of a customer. They also have added Spinco orthotic shoes and sandals, Dr. Comfort diabetic shoes, baby gifts by Aiden and Anais, and toys by Melissa and Doug. Stop in today and let them help you with any of your specialty pharmaceutical needs. Sam Alexander Pharmacy, your local Health Mart pharmacy in Harrison.
Police say a body found hanging from a tree in the woods in Little River County is that of a man who prosecutors say was sexually assaulted when he was an inmate at the county jail. 3 boys found the body Saturday near the Jacks Isle community. Chief Deputy Alex Mathis said the cause of the death is appeared to be suicide and that the body has been hanging for about 2 days. Former Little River County Jail Administrator Mary Gibbons was charged last year with 4th-degree sexual assault and furnishing prohibitive articles. An arrest affidavit says that Gibson would let the inmate out of his cell and walk with him to the storage building where they would smoke cigarettes and kiss. Gibson is also accused of fondling the inmate. Gibson has denied all allegations. Arkansas's highest court says a death row inmate convicted of strangling the daughter of a state legislature is not competent to say he wants to die. Carl Roberts was convicted for capital murder in the killing of his niece, 12-year-old Andre Brewer, in 1999. The Arkansas Supreme Court's ruling overturns a circuit court ruling that found that Roberts competent to decide between life and death, and citing a schizophrenia diagnosis. Roberts has several times waived his right to appeal his death sentence and has been ruled competent to make that decision. He filed a request in 2012 to be allowed to appeal his sentence and conviction. Brewer's mother, Rebecca Petty, was elected to the Arkansas House in 2014. She sponsored a law that allows victims' family members to witness executions in person. Arkansas's Attorney General Leslie Rutledge has again rejected a proposed state constitutional amendment by Mary Berry of Summit to legalize marijuana in Arkansas. Various proposals seeks to legalize the cultivation, production, and sale and possession of the plant, including marijuana. It also calls for the release of nonviolent marijuana offenders from incarceration, probation, and parole, and to expunge their convictions from the criminal record system. Rutledge said in a letter Thursday that there are ambiguities in the text of the proposal. This is the 7th time the Attorney General has rejected their proposal. Madison County Sheriff Philip Morgan confirmed this week that Captain Robert Boyd has resigned from the department effective last Friday. Boyd joined the department about 17 years ago as a reserve deputy and would march through the ranks to earn the number 2 position in the department. He also was instrumental in obtaining several grants for the department and was voted the 2011 Volunteer of the Year for his work and partnering with the Madison County Community Coalition. Boyd's resignation came just under 2 weeks after losing the Democratic primary election for the Madison County Sheriff's seat. Arkansas Highway Patrol Corporal Rick Evans, Boyd also submitted his resignation to the Huntsville School Board, on which he had served as Zone 1 School Board representative for 4 years, and for four more than the last year he has served as the board's vice president. Well, Tyson's Foods has released the first part of what is called a comprehensive sustainability report, which is the company's first since 2014's acquisition of the Hillshire brands. The publicly traded meat processor said the report, which will be released in segments over the next 5 weeks, is a part of its effort to operate responsibly and with more transparency. The first part provides an update on the company's animal well-being efforts. Upcoming segments will cover corporate giving, environmental stewardship, product development, and workforce. Before we take a look at the weather forecast for the weekend, here's the way the stock market ended the week. The high in the afternoon opening around 50 degrees here at our studios, as we did continue to have sprinkles throughout the day. Some areas of the viewing area actually got up to an inch of rainfall out of this system, which has been somewhat of a slow mover, continuing to move across the state, but it bringing in much cooler air out of Canada as the jet stream has dropped all the way down to the Gulf of Mexico. Here's the way it looks as we move over through the weekend and into the first part of next week. Tomorrow looks to be about the same as today. Partly cloudy skies out there on Saturday with a high temperature of around 56 degrees with a northwest wind of up to 15 miles per hour, which will keep that temperature down. Then on Sunday, 53 degrees, partly cloudy skies, again dealing with a northwest wind of 15 miles per hour. Kick off the work week on Monday, 65 degrees with lots of sunshine going to a southerly flow, and then temperatures start to climb on Tuesday, 74 degrees, and then Wednesday up to 75. It will be windy during that time frame, but again, shifting to the south with wind gusts up to 20 miles per hour on Tuesday and Wednesday. Stay with us. Be back in a moment. We'll take a look at sports from around the region as TKO 8 News continues. Many things have changed over the years, and so has auto body repair. Even though Ozark Auto Body has been in business for over 30 years, they continue to change with the times. They believe protecting the environment is important and have done so by using environmentally friendly waterborne paint from PPG. This aligns with the technology used by original manufacturers and gives you a lifetime limited warranty. Quality PPG waterborne paint, ASC certified personnel, plus 24-hour towing service. Ozark Auto Body in Harrison, always taking pride in excellence. In their recent matchup, the Harrison Goblin baseball team took down Pulaski Academy 7-3. Harrison posted 3 runs in the first inning for a lead they would never give up. Peyton Weber doubled to start the home half of the inning before Andrew Crawford advanced him over to second base. Cooper King drove in a single into left field to plate Weber and give the Goblins the lead. Quinn Cherry doubled in the left field to drive in Cooper and Noah Dittmanson, who singled home, and Cherry made it a 3-0 lead. The Goblins would get back on the board in the bottom of the third inning as a double from Dittmanson scored King to make it 4-0. Harrison's lead grew in the fourth inning with an additional 3 runs where they held on for the victory. The 5A West Softball Conference season kicked off at Cavender's Field this week. Sadly for the Harrison Lady Goblins, conference play began with 2 losses as they fell to Maumelle 9-1 and 14-9. Glory Amerson suffered the loss in the first game for the Lady Goblins. She threw 7 innings while allowing 7 earned runs on 13 hits. She struck out 11 batters and walked 3. In the second game, Kalita Lovia took the loss for the Lady Goblins, who threw 7 innings. She allowed 10 earned runs on 11 hits. She struck out 4 and walked 4. Well, the Lady Goblins are back in action tonight as they travel to Huntsville. It was 41 years in the making. With fewer than 200 students, the Lady Pioneers basketball team started. Now, the squad has finally collected their first win in the National Junior College Athletic Association National Tournament. Tuesday night at Johnson County Community College Cavender's Gymnasium, the Lady Pioneers defeated Kankakee 68-59. This is the 4th time that the Lady Pioneers have been in the national tournament, but this is the first time that the team has been to the national tournament in back-to-back years. The Lady Pioneers were 22 of 50 from the field for 44% shooting and 2 of 10 from behind the arc for 20%, but 22 of 29 from the charity stripe for 76%. Which helped to seal that victory. Little Rock is moving on in the NCAA tournament thanks to an out-of-nowhere comeback that led to an 85-83 double overtime victory over Purdue on Thursday. Josh Haggins sent the game into overtime with a shot from the edge of the midcourt logo, and then into double overtime with an arcing shot off the glass over an outreach defender. The 6'1" senior finished with 31 points, including 6 in the second overtime. The 12th seed Trojans trailed 65-52 with 3.5 minutes to go in regulation, and then went on to a 12-0 run to make it the game. Trailing by 3 on the final possession, Hagan tried to find space, then stepped back and launched from 30 feet to tie the ball game. Little Rock will face Iowa State on Saturday in the second round of the NCAA tournament. The St. Louis Cardinals say they're taking allegations that a gay minor league pitcher abandoned baseball because of the homophobia very seriously. Tyler Dunnington was drafted by the Cardinals in 2014 and told reporters that he had heard derogatory comments from college coaches and later unidentified teammates in the pros. General Manager John Molosky said in a statement that he's very disappointed and would speak with Major League Baseball's ambassador for the inclusion for guidance. Dunnington spent most of the summer of 2014 with the Cardinals' rookie-level affiliate in Florida and said 2 teammates mentioned ways to kill gay people. He says he felt uncomfortable revealing his sexual orientation and retired before spring training a year ago. That wraps up our broadcast here for this evening. Thanks for joining us. Join us Monday through Friday at 6:30 and again at 10 p.m. as we continue to bring you local news, weather, sports, and local announcements from around the area on Harrison's broadcast station, TKO Channel 8. Now stay tuned for more local events around our viewing area. We hope you have a wonderful weekend. We'll see you again on Monday at this same time.
Local television worth watching. KTKO Channel 8, Harrison.
Sam Alexander Pharmacy has expanded and is now offering many additional products and services. Their new pharmaceutical compounding area allows them to create products to fit the unique needs of a customer. They also have added Spinco orthotic shoes and sandals, Dr. Comfort diabetic shoes, baby gifts by Aiden and Anais, and toys by Melissa and Doug. Stop in today